Hello everyone, Rob Cantley here at Borneo Exotics, and thank you for joining us for this first ever spotlight video on this item. This is BE-3747, which is Nepenthes burkei cross hamata. And a favorite of mine, I like it very much. A newly opened picture to start with. There's a brand new picture on a not very large plant. We'll talk about that in a moment. It's been pruned, so we'll go into a little bit more detail about that in a second. But here's a more mature picture on the same plant. So you can see the gorgeous peristome, which is the Nepenthes hamata characteristic shining through. Nepenthes burkei, also evident in the form, but Nepenthes burkei gives it a lot of hybrid vigor. So it's quite easy to grow. And if you go to our shop, you can see a QR code has popped up on the screen, or a link to the shop if you're on a mobile phone. You'll see more photographs of this, and we do mention on the shop that it's a random assortment from a very large number of different clones, and there's some variation in color. So we can show you that because there are two plants hanging right next to each other here. So we'll move on to the next plant. And here is a picture on the plant next door. So there is some variation in color, and to a certain degree, the peristome is slightly different if I can get them both in the frame. The one on the left is from one clone, and the one on the right is from another. So maybe not as much difference as we originally thought there would be, but some variation. But all the clones are very nice, so it doesn't really matter. If you want to get one of these, or if you have one, I'm sure it's very nice. So if it's something you'd actually like to add to your collection, our distributors will stock it. You can find their details of who our distributors are from our website. Here's a QR code and a link also, so you can go to the page and go to the distributor you like, or the one that's closest to you, and they should stock this item. If they don't, they can always order it for you. And you can really see the burkei characteristics in this particular picture. Quite bulbous base, most definitely hamata in the peristome. It's vigorous. That's the burkei influence, and grows easily for us in our mixture of coir or coconut fiber, chips and dust. So it's really quite easy to grow in a variety of different medias, I think. Now, these plants have been pruned. I do talk a lot about pruning. If you want an attractive plant, you should pluck up your courage and prune it. If you let it vine, you'll end up with very few pitchers on the base of the plant. So these two plants have been pruned, and therefore they've got numerous basal shoots and a lot more pitchers as a result. There we are. That's our first ever close-up or spotlight on this item, BE-3747, Nepenthes burkei cross hamata. We hope you've enjoyed this. If you are enjoying looking at these videos, do give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel. We have a lot of interesting videos coming up in the near future, not just spotlights like this, but a lot of other stuff will appear on the channel in the coming few months.